Do you remember we spoke about how the earth came into being? We spoke about how the rocks formed, how the plants developed, how the animals came, and finally the people came. And all this time, the earth was going around the sun as if it was on an invisible string. Around and around, the earth went, orbiting the sun, along with all the other planets that were orbiting the sun. But the earth didn't just go around the sun. It also danced around on itself. So while it was going around the sun, the earth danced on itself. Can you imagine if the earth didn't turn around on its own axis? What would happen? Let's look at this poster. Whoops. Can you see this tiny little dot? That tiny little dot is our earth. Look how big the sun is. Do you know that 2 billionths of the sun's rays hit our earth? Imagine that. Now, can you imagine what would happen if our earth wasn't dancing around itself? If it wasn't going around and around? If it wasn't rotating? One side of the earth would be fiery hot, and the other side of the earth would be freezing cold. Let's see if we can work that out here. I don't have access to a real sun for this demonstration, but we're going to pretend that this globe is our sun. I've borrowed the preschool continent globe, and you all remember that Africa is green, and we live in the bottom part of Africa. Now let's see. When Africa is in the sun, or South Africa is in the sun, what's happening to these parts? They're in the dark. And as the globe rotates, can you see? Africa is getting into the dark, and the other continents are coming into the light. And while the earth rotates on itself, it also orbits the sun. So those are 2 new words that we've learned today. Rotate, which means to go around, and orbit, which is what the earth does. The earth orbits the sun. It goes around the sun while it rotates on its own axis. How interesting is that? What I'd like you to do is see if you can record how many hours we can see the sun and how many hours we can't see the sun. Or maybe you have some other ideas. Let me know.